At 75, Jay Leno just admitted the affair rumor was real all along. Jay Leno spent 4 decades saying it never happened. He denied the affair rumor every single time someone asked. He built his entire image on being the faithful husband, the clean comedian, the good guy. But now, while taking care of his wife who has dementia, he's finally telling the truth. The rumor was partially true. He's writing a book that will reveal everything, and Hollywood is waiting. Jay Leno was born on April 28, 1950, in New Rochelle, New York. His mother, Catherine, came from Scotland and sang lullabies with a thick accent. His father, Angelo, sold insurance and talked fast, always trying to close deals. Catherine arrived in America alone when she was just 11 years old. She didn't speak any English, but promised herself that her children would learn how to work hard. Young Jay watched and listened. By age 7, he had memorized his father's entire sales pitch and would perform it for the neighborhood kids using fake insurance charts. He learned early that being funny and working hard could both make you money. But Jay had a serious problem. He couldn't read well. Teachers thought he was slow. He mixed up words and struggled with basic reading. He didn't know it then, but he had dyslexia. In 1st grade, he couldn't do phonics. In 5th grade, he had to repeat the whole year. In 8th grade, it happened again. In 1968, a guidance counselor told him to drop out of school. Instead of giving up, Jay made a joke. He copied the counselor's serious voice and switched all the letters around. His classmates laughed. He got detention. But something clicked inside him. He started writing jokes every single night and filled notebooks with them. At 17, he snuck into the school's announcement booth and played a fake weather report warning about teacher layoffs. He got suspended for 3 days, but the prank became legendary. Jay realized that even his reading problem could become a comedy weapon. When Jay was 14, he got a job at Tony's Pizza in Andover, making $1.25 an hour. He drove a beaten-up Dodge to deliver pizzas and had to make each delivery in under 20 minutes. So he came up with a trick. He would call the customers first, pretending to be a worried dad, asking if Jay had arrived yet. That way, they'd be waiting at the door. While driving, he practiced jokes in the rearview mirror and rated each one on a clipboard covered in pizza grease. In February 1966, during a snowstorm, he showed up at a college party with 2 pizzas and asked to trade them for 5 minutes on stage. He made $22 in tips. It was his first paid comedy gig. In 1969, Jay got into Emerson College in Boston. They only accepted him because the founder felt bad about his dyslexia. He chose speech therapy as his major, but mostly skipped class. Every night he went to a small open mic at a strip mall cafe. On November 12, 1969, another comedian stole one of Jay's jokes. Jay was so angry he jumped on stage and fought the guy outside. Jay chipped a front tooth during the fight, which gave him the chin-forward look that later became part of his image. The school threatened to expel him, but Jay offered to start an official comedy club instead. That club still exists today. After graduating in 1973, Jay moved to Los Angeles with just $350 and a rusty Chevy. He slept on a fellow comedian's couch and only got to perform at 2 in the morning for free. Mitzi Shore ran the Comedy Store and didn't like his clean-cut style. She banned him for 6 months. To survive, Jay performed in pizza places and even did comedy at a topless lounge inside the Aladdin Casino for $40 a night. David Letterman helped him get back into the Comedy Store in 1974, but Jay never forgot how Mitzi treated him. Jay got his first shot on The Tonight Show on March 2, 1975. He was supposed to have 5 minutes, but Johnny Carson told the band to stall and cut Jay down to 3. Jay was angry and argued with Carson backstage. The producers smoothed things over, but Jay's performance didn't air until May. That 9-week delay felt like forever. Between 1973 and 1976, something really strange happened. Jay dated 5 different women, and all of them had the same birthday, September 5th. He joked that it was like dating the same person in 5 wigs. A gossip columnist called him Mr. Virgo Vortex. Jay became obsessed with asking people their birthdays, which led to weird rumors in Hollywood. Then, on April 30th, 1976, Jay met Mavis Nicholson at the Comedy Store. He was rushing to the bathroom and bumped into her by accident. After the show, he saw her again and asked for her birthday. When she said September 5th, Jay burst out laughing. They went to eat chili that night. Their first real date didn't happen until August because Jay was doing over 300 shows that year. In 1978, Jay got a small part in the movie American Hot Wax, playing a driver named Mookie. He was paid $5,000, but the movie flopped badly. A producer told him to stick to stand-up. The failure sent Jay into a slump. He thought about becoming a mechanic. But on October 6, 1979, he performed for 2,800 people in Denver. The show sold out, and that night he decided to stick with comedy forever. On November 3, 1980, Jay and Mavis got married. The wedding was small, held at a friend's house. It wasn't love at first sight. Their marriage was based more on loyalty than romance. Mavis never wanted children. When she was just 7 or 8 years old, she told her own mother that she would never get married or have kids. But something changed when she met Jay. She told him right away that she didn't want children, and Jay respected that completely. Mavis was extraordinary. In 1999, she helped lead a campaign against the Taliban. She and Jay donated $100,000 to help Afghan women. Mavis even got a major oil company to cancel an $8 billion pipeline project in Afghanistan. Jay's career took off when he became the regular guest host for Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show in 1986. He acted like he wasn't trying to take Carson's job. But secretly, he met with NBC bosses and worked behind the scenes to become the next host. On May 25, 1992, Jay Leno took over The Tonight Show. But the way he got that seat shocked everyone. Everyone expected David Letterman to be the next host. Even Johnny Carson wanted Letterman to take his place. During his final years, Carson would send Letterman monologue jokes. But NBC gave it to Leno. Carson didn't mention Leno at all during his final episodes. Later, he even went on Letterman's CBS show twice. Many believed it was a clear message. Letterman felt deeply betrayed. In June 1993, he left NBC and started his own show on CBS. Many felt Leno turned on people who helped him. Leno's first night as host was a disaster. Many celebrities who loved Johnny Carson refused to show up. Leno was left calling agents, almost begging them to send guests. Ratings were terrible. Behind the scenes, Leno's longtime manager Helen Kushnick had started secretly blacklisting stars who went on other shows. Just 4 months later, NBC showed up at Leno's house. They gave him a choice: fire Helen or lose the show. She had been with him for 17 years, but Leno fired her. She sued and the fight was ugly. But by 1999, Leno's show was getting 5 million viewers every night and beating Letterman in the ratings. By 1993, Jay Leno started making jokes about O.J. Simpson. From the murder case to the courtroom drama, Leno turned it all into comedy. He created a strange dance skit called The Dancing Itos, using people dressed like Judge Lance Ito. David Letterman stayed away from those jokes, saying the case was too serious. But Leno went full speed and the ratings went up. In July 1995, Hugh Grant was arrested for being with a prostitute named Divine Brown. Still, Grant kept his booking on The Tonight Show. On July 10th, he walked out alone. Leno looked him in the eye and asked, "What the hell were you thinking?" Grant admitted he made a huge mistake. The show pulled in massive ratings. In 2004, NBC announced that Conan O'Brien would take over The Tonight Show in 2009. But secretly, Leno was making deals with NBC for a new show at 10 in the evening. That meant his show would air right before Conan's, pulling away viewers. People were stunned. When Leno said goodbye on May 29, 2009, he cried on camera and said he was the luckiest guy in the world. But just 4 months later, in September 2009, he was back with The Jay Leno Show. His farewell was nothing more than an act. Critics said Leno faked his emotions just to get sympathy, then turned around and crushed his replacement. Then things got worse. In January 2010, private emails leaked from NBC. Executives wanted to move Leno back to 11:35 at night and push Conan to 12:05 in the morning. The emails even showed Leno's team mocking Conan. That led to Conan's famous People of Earth letter, where he said no and blamed Leno directly. NBC ended up paying millions to settle the mess. It split the comedy world down the middle. After leaving late night for good, Leno turned his attention to cars. He launched Jay Leno's Garage and showed off his collection of 180 cars and 160 motorcycles. On November 12, 2022, something serious happened. Jay was working on a 1907 steam car. He was lying underneath it trying to clear a clogged fuel line. He told a friend to blow air through it, but suddenly gasoline shot out. A second later, the pilot light lit it on fire. The flames hit Jay's face before he could move. He ended up with burns on 7% of his body. His face was burned badly with third-degree burns. Doctors even used pieces of skin from human cadavers to help him heal. He spent 10 days in the Grossman Burn Center getting special oxygen treatments every day. Just days after leaving the hospital, Jay walked on stage again and told the crowd, "We got 2 shows tonight, regular and extra crispy." Then came another accident. On January 17, 2023, just 2 months later, Jay was riding a 1940 Indian motorcycle. He was 72 years old. He noticed the bike was leaking gas, so he started to turn back. He decided to cut through a parking lot to get there faster, but someone had stretched a wire across the lot. The wire hit him in the neck like a clothesline and threw him off the bike. He broke his collarbone, cracked 2 ribs, and fractured both kneecaps. He had to get shoulder surgery and pause his comedy shows. But once again, Jay stayed funny about it. He said, a 72-year-old man riding an 83-year-old motorcycle, what could go wrong? On November 15, 2024, Jay was in Pittsburgh and had a show that night. Before it, he decided to walk to a restaurant. The road was long, so he tried to take a shortcut down a hill. He thought it didn't look that steep, but halfway down, he slipped on the rocks and fell 60 feet. When he hit the ground, his wrist was broken. He lost a fingernail. His eye was swollen and bruised so badly he wore an eye patch. But even after all that, he still showed up and did the show that same night. People around him started to worry. Jay wasn't just unlucky. He might be addicted to the rush. Then in April 2024, everything changed. Jay went to court to ask for legal control over Mavis's finances. She had been showing signs of dementia for years. Doctors finally diagnosed her with Alzheimer's disease. The court papers were heartbreaking. Mavis didn't always recognize Jay. She forgot her birth date. Sometimes she talked about her parents as if they were still alive. The judge gave Jay full control and praised him for the care he was giving. Jay opened up about this in April 2025. He said he still loves spending time with her. He cooks dinner. They watch TV and play memory games. But behind the scenes, it's very hard. He cried once after feeding her and said it haunts him. He carries her to the bathroom, helps her eat, and stays by her side all day. He even told her once that they had dinner with Barack Obama at the White House. She didn't believe him. Remember those 5 women Jay dated, all born on September 5th? His wife Mavis is also born on September 5th. When he asked her birthday and she told him, he laughed. She asked why. He just said, "Oh, nothing." Later, astrology fans discovered something interesting. Jay's moon sign is at 13 degrees Virgo. Women born on September 5th have their sun sign at the same place. Some people now say it's not just chance. Now at 75, Jay is writing a memoir. He said there will be surprises in it. One topic is the rumor about him having an affair in the 1980s. For years, he denied it completely. But now he says the rumor is partially true. He didn't give details, but hinted there's a lot fans don't know. The book is planned to come out at the end of 2025. Big publishers are fighting for the rights. Insiders think it could be one of the most shocking celebrity books in years. So who was this person? Was it someone famous? Someone from his Tonight Show years? Someone who worked with him? Jay isn't saying yet, but the fact that he's finally admitting it after 40 years of denials is huge. He built his entire career on being the faithful husband, the good guy, the clean comedian. Now, as he takes care of his wife through her final years, he's ready to tell the truth. The confession changes everything we thought we knew about Jay Leno. Subscribe to find out what Jay reveals in his memoir when it drops later this year.